Hi everybody, it's David Fleming here from the Toronto Realty blog. I'm back at the Westside Lofts at my new condo, and after 6 weeks and $13,500 in renovations, I'm done. Let's have a look. So first things first, let me take off my shoes because there's so much soot in that hallway. I don't know how anybody living in this building can walk around without leaving their boots in the hall. So, let me make note of the most important renovations. First and foremost, you can see this wall. I drywalled it and painted it, nice feature color. But most importantly, the lighting. That was one thing that really bothered me. This was one of 2 lights in the entire condo, okay? And it was literally about that big. And my condo was so dark that me and the contractors had to bring in flashlights. So, we ran a wire mold here and put in a new track light, and now you can actually see. So I put in an engineered hardwood floor. I'm lying, I actually put in a laminate. It was about 3,000 bucks, 13 millimeters, and it's about as thick as your average engineered hardwood. So for 3,000 bucks compared to 6,000, maybe I skimped out. Like I said, I had a budget I was working with. So see the hallway now, you've got another track there. Okay, originally we had one tiny little light bulb at the front, and we had one kitchen light, and that was it. So I put in 2 track lights. Now I can actually see. I don't know if I mentioned this, but there was only 2 lights when I first got this condo. And I put another one in the living dining room. So now there's 2 here, and huzzah, we can actually see. So, in the smaller of the 2 bedrooms, put another light here, because I don't know if I mentioned it, but there were only 2 lights when I first took this condo. And again, it's pretty easy to just run wire mold, bury it in the new drywall that's over top of what was that really, really ugly wall where you can actually see the stones from when they poured concrete way too fast or rushed because they were delayed by 2 years. And they got water all over it, and you could actually see the watermarks. So, most importantly was the drywall and raising the 7-foot walls to 9 feet. Go back and take a look at that video. This was the worst thing I had ever seen. Right here you had 1, 2, 3, 4. You had about 11 conduits, okay, and they were sticking up. We raised all of the 7-foot interior freestanding walls to 9 feet. Okay, see above the kitchen here? Remember, this originally, it ended here, okay? You could see all of the pipes, you could see all the ducts. Now the ducts aren't the problem, it's the pipes. It's that pipe that's coming down from the 5th floor bathroom that you know exactly what that pipe is for. And it's right above your kitchen. Nothing quite like preparing dinner and looking up at that pipe. So, once again in the master bedroom here, I really like the look of these floors actually. It looks pretty good. We put a light in here because I don't know if I mentioned this, but there were only 2 lights in the condo when I first got it. So these switches, which originally did absolutely nothing, actually they control this outlet over here. I had my electrician put these lights in and rewire everything because that switch originally was for the outlet on the ground over there, which made no sense. Now this switch actually controls the lighting in the room in which it's in. And of course, they also put in a few extra outlets for me, which is great. You can never have too many outlets. So, what do you think? On the whole, it's a heck of a lot better than it was. Did baseboards all around, baseboards and a quarter round. So this wall, if you recall correctly, that was that concrete wall that was just dripping with what looked like Canadian maple syrup. It had gaping holes in it that you could actually pick the concrete out. Actually, I have a video, about 13 seconds or so, I think, where I'm sort of like picking at this hole and you can see it crumbling. Of course, now it's all covered up. But I think, on the whole, we did pretty well. It's come along. It's come along. And this, ironically, was the only thing worth looking at when I first came in here, and it looked like a parking garage. Everything was concrete, and it was all pipes and ducts and wires, and it was just awful. So $13,500 later, it's now livable. That's what I like to hear, like the very minimum. It's livable. Anyways, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I wish, in a perfect world where everybody was nice to each other and we, just sang lullabies all the time, developers would do things that they should do. But as I pointed out last week, they really don't have to do anything at all, ever. And I think I'll end on that note. I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out, so I'll keep in touch with you guys on the blog, and we'll get to the bottom line hopefully in about a year from now.